prophecies on Russia's side. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting a good fight of faith in truth and sincerity and wholeheartedly. And shalom to the Akwa, which is the women believers. Shalom unto you. And Yahweh, being the Father's name, in the Hebrew, the true name. All right, which means he is, he exists, he is to be. Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. That's his true name in the Hebrew, Yahweh Shai, which means he delivers, and he is salvation. And Acts 4:12, that's the only name that you can call on to be saved. 1 Timothy 2:5, he is our mediator back to the Father. So, quick video, Lord willing. As you see the title, G7 leaders in summit pledging to hurt Russia's economy economically. It's not going to happen. See, what happened is that the Lord is playing a chess game with Babylon the Great, aka America, the whore that ride up on the beast, and the beast is the European Union. See, we all know that the banking families is the ones that's pulling the strings, but he's using America, to do these things, but not thinking. So I'm going to quote some scriptures and get a couple scriptures. Like I said, I want this to be quick. So Obadiah 1:3, it said that the pride of thy heart have deceived thee. So, America never really been in straits. They never really went through anything. So they went around bullying, as it says in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. They neither keep it at home. So they go everywhere, forcing their ways on people, stealing their resources, and being a bully of the earth. So they poked the bear, aka Russia, which that's really the Russia symbol, the bear. And guess what? They're losing bad. So the sanctions end up backfiring. See, this is how you know that the Lord's in control, because you stupid for thinking that you could put sanctions on Russia like they need you, when they already have an alliance themselves, which make up about 3.2 billion people. So remember, America is only 5% of the world's population. 5. It's another 95% out there. All right. So with the BRICS nations, which consist of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, or is it South Korea? No, South Africa. All right. That's a lot of people. So you got to understand that between them, China is already number one purchaser of oil and gas to Russia. Then you got India, and then you got the rest of the BRICS nations. And guess what? The European Union depends on Russia oil and gas, but you're telling them not to deal with Russia. Don't make sense, huh? So as you see, it said G7 leaders in summit pledging to hurt Russia economically. So basically, when you go through this, it ain't really talking about nothing. It's more just talking about trying to put more sanctions on them to hurt them, as the title says. But I think it was something I want to read this one. So it said the group of 7 on Tuesday was wrapping up a summit intended to send a strong signal of long-term commitment to Ukraine's future, ensuring that Russia pays a higher price for its invasion, while also attempting to alleviate a global hunger crisis and show unity against climate change. Now, I'm gonna read this one too. Like I said, it ain't a big article. The title itself explains the article. It ain't really going into nothing, but I said, let me just read something. So it said, before the summit closed, leaders joined in condemning what they called the abominable Russian attack on shopping malls in the town of Kremenchuk, calling it a war crime and vowing the President Vladimir Putin and others involved will be held accountable. So like all it is just smoke and mirrors, talking. They can't do nothing. Russia doing good. It looks like they actually doing better than before the sanctions, So while America's struggling with inflation and high-ass gas prices and, this America just circling the drain, Russia and China and the BRICS nations is doing pretty well, And then, like I said, you got pretty much half of the damn European Union still dealing with Russia and on an economic level because they need it. Russia is basically, you know how Russia and Ukraine is the breadbasket of of Europe. So Russia is basically the gas basket and the oil basket of Europe too. So yeah, America wasn't thinking. The banking families weren't thinking. They just trying to, start a war, which is going to be the war to end all wars. They're trying to crash the economy, which they are going to do. That's why they're talking about digital currencies. But I want to get, because prophecy is on Russia's side. Gog and Magog, right? That's in Ezekiel 38. But I want to get this because here's the thing. These are all Edomites. All Edomites. You know when you go to Deuteronomy 30 and 7, it said that all these curses should be upon thee. So our curse is going to be on our enemies. See, this is a lot of white on white crime. So-called. They're not white, they're red. But they put white on them. But the point is that this is Edomite on Edomite crime. This is what you call, and whereas thou sawest the feet and toes part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it the strength of the iron. For as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay, and as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. So the iron, of course, is talking about the military. So United States and the European Union, their military is pretty strong. But the problem is that they're divided. So that's why you got the iron and the miry clay. So you got the European Union like, you fucking up my money, United States of America. And you already know, they don't have to say this in the news. This is spiritual discernment and common sense. See, in Revelation 17, which I'm going to end it on, this is the whore that rideth on the beast. So you got to understand that this nation been telling Europe what to do, what not to do for so damn long. Now you hurting their pockets. Now they tired of you. See, everything was all good when everything was going smooth. It ain't going smooth no more. And then they going to realize, like, wait a minute, it's just the United States of America and about 28 of us. All right? Because I think it's 30. It's 30 in the NATO and the EU. NATO being America and Canada, and then the 28 European countries. So it's 28 versus 2. They're going to realize that. Like, wait a minute. I'm tired of this motherfucker, man. Let's get him out of here. And it's going to say that in Obadiah 1 and 7. I might get that. And it says, and whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay, because everybody got their own agenda. America just want to just use and abuse everybody. You dealing with all these nations, and you have to bank on y'all having the same mindset. That can't happen. That won't happen. It ain't going to happen. It ain't happening. So you got Edomites versus Edomites. You got all these nations making alliances together, but they all don't agree. Because it's like, it's one slice of pie and everybody want a piece of it. And it ain't enough. Especially dealing with Esau, Edom, and particularly Americans. All right. When you go to Jeremiah 50, it said that he's more stout than his fellows, so, which means that he's proud. So really, at the end of the day, these other nations, these other Edomite nations, they really don't like the United so-called Americans because they're very pompous. They're very proud. They look down on other nations. But and then going back to the article, matter of fact, let me go back real quick and read the title, because it said G7 leaders in summit pledging to hurt Russia's economically, but it's not going to happen because prophecy is on Russia's side. So that's why if you stick to the prophecy, when you read things like this, you just laugh. It's nothing you can do. And guess what? The scriptures talks about how something is going to happen where your alliance is going to turn on you. So right now, that's G7, right? That means only 7 nations in there. It's 30 overall. All right. So Somebody's going to do something that's going to turn, well, Babylon the Great, aka America, is going to do something to make them say, you know what, I'm tired. I'm tired. Let's get her out of here. And now we're about to read it. So let's go back. So when you read stuff like that, hey, the scriptures say this. All the men of thy confederacy, so all the people that's in line with you, that's on good graces with you, have brought thee even to the border. World War III, baby. In the Arabian desert. That's what's about to happen. All nations is coming together for the judgment of the Lord. That's in Joel 3, verse 1 and 2. And it said the men that were at peace with thee had deceived thee. So every time I think about these G7 summits, the first thing I'm thinking about is this scripture right here. And I'm thinking about how they really about to screw America, how they really about to stab them in the back. So why they probably smiling in their face, whole time want to take their place of backstab. Yeah. I was going to hit some notes for y'all, but you know, it's time to prophesy. But anyways, so it said, we're at peace with thee, have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread. So remember, they've been eating off of you. You know, they say, basically, they're like, you know, we'll come up under you long as we, you know, get to be rich and benefit. They're not benefiting no more. Everybody's struggling. So it says, they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is no understanding in him, because when it happened, you didn't consider your later end, as it say in Isaiah 47:7. So I know, and I can't wait till it happens, that something's going to happen where the people are going to be like, yeah, let's get America out of here. She's been doing too much, and I'm tired of being a servant. But they see, here's what happened is that everybody became a slave to the, you know, Federal Reserve, the petrodollar. At one point in time, you couldn't really make no moves without it. Now the petrodollar is pretty much done. So what power do the United States of America have now? They rule the world by the fiat currency, which is a dollar with nothing behind it. Now the number one currencies, I don't know if it changed, but I remember it was the ruble, which is Russia, and it was the yuan, which was China. Then it was the ruby, which was Saudi Arabia. Like, those were the three top currencies ever since, you know, the Russia and Ukraine and the sanctions happened. So America out of here, man. So anyway, say, and he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth are the people and multitudes and nations and languages. Going back to all those nations that they made alliance with. That's the beast. So it said, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So all these people that was at peace with thee is going to shoot fire on thee. For the Most High have put it in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and to see, here's the point, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast. So the Lord put the spirit on the European Union to give their allegiance to the beast. But then it said, but the Lord have put it in their heart to fulfill his will. And what is that? That this place be shot with fire. So the Lord is in control of all things. You shouldn't be scared. I'm saying, if you are, you know, you should always have the mindset that the Lord is in control. And it says, and to agree and to give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is the great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. We all know where that is. Babylon the Great, aka America. So, you know, prophecy is on Russia's side. No matter what they try, it ain't gonna work. Prophecy said otherwise. It's that simple. Thus saith the Lord. Shalom.